Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome. So we're here today with the 30th episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. And before we start, I do want to say two things. The first one being that we're going to be trying, and the keyword here is obviously the word try. We're going to try to be caught up by the end of next month, by the end of April, basically. By the beginning of May, alright? Well, we're going to try to be caught up by then. I doubt it will happen, but that is the at least the plan, alright? So you all know how I am with plans. They don't really turn out that great. But that's the first thing that I do want to mention. The second thing that I do want to mention is the same thing that I always mention at the beginning of every single video. And that is that I would very much appreciate if you could watch the original one from LittleKuriboh first before you watch my reaction to it. You know, show all the love that you can. Throw all the love that you have towards LittleKuriboh before you watch my reaction to it. Besides that though, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's the same as always. I will have it linked in the description down below, so you guys can watch the original one first. And besides that, let's get ready to rock and roll. Episode 30. So. Okay. Okay. I mean, I had a look at the thumbnail. I'm trying to figure out, is this the episode with the one person that has the Dark Magician cards? I'm trying to figure... okay, I get it. So it's a pun, okay, on the saws that, you know, oh, if our life points reach 0, the saw will cut us in half, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, I get it. I see. Let's get started with episode 30, though.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. According to Wikipedia, we don't exist. Dinsdale.
Hey, punk!
Really?
This card isn't Graceful Charity, it's Graceful Dice.
Really? I guess I got them confused.
Oh, well.
But you can't really blame.
Yeah, okay. I mentioned this scene before. I love this scene. One of my favorite scenes. It always, for some reason, gets recommended on my my YouTube home thing. The one where Mokuba just comes in like, "Hello, you cheated," and then Kaiba comes in like, "Oh, hello there. Take all these cards." Take all these cards. I'm still gonna beat you. That makes no sense. That is an ego and a half.
They're very similar.
Like hell they are. Graceful Dice has a dice on it, whereas Graceful Charity does not have a dice.
Wow.
You, sir, are a fool.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, Mokuba.
Stop fighting!
Who the hell are you?
I'm the commissioner for the Battle City tournament. What I say goes. And I say you have to buy me a pet rabbit because my big brother won't let me have one.
Nuts to your rabbit.
Oh, Mokuba, are you abusing your position of power again?
Yes.
Seto!
Kaiba!
Sorry if my brother's bothering you. He does that a lot. To
Seto.
show my sympathy, I'd like to offer you all the trading cards you'll ever need, but only if you duel me in return.
This couldn't possibly be some form of trap.
This is the stupidest plot, and I'm glad that Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series highlights how stupid this plot is.
Except...
I
Plus-
only need to play a single card, even though summoning an Egyptian god requires
Yeah,
me
it's
to
free-
sacrifice monsters. It's therefore impossible to do in the first turn. Now you get to enjoy years of painful and upsetting therapy. Come on, Mokuba, let's go get you that pet tarantula.
You mean
Tar-
rabbit, right,
no.
Seto?
You're getting a tarantula and you will like it.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped turned
Upside down.
I'd like to take a minute
So
just
sit right there.
I'll tell you how I became the undisputed king of card games.
Ooh, the fresh
Hey, magic
pharaoh.
show. This looks slightly less depressing.
How did you just get there? We didn't even transition to there. He's just whoopsie doopy doo. He's suddenly just there. Okay.
Hey, a magic show. This looks slightly less depressing than watching Joey duel.
Hello, you.
At least he wins.
We've been expecting you. Come this way. My master is waiting.
I spy with my little eyes something beginning with gay clown. I have a bad feeling about this.
Seto!
Where did you get that from? I didn't get that at home. Okay.
Gay clown. I have a bad feeling.
No. Never mind. Never mind. No, I was going somewhere with this, but never mind.
Seto!
What?
Yugi just dropped off our sensors. We can't locate him. He's disappeared.
Somehow this is your fault. If I wasn't so busy buying you a scorpion, this never would have happened.
But I thought
run
we were
it.
getting a tarantula.
Tarantula.
It's always about what you want, isn't it, Mokuba?
Okay, where am I now? Huh?
What?
Hello, Yugi. I want to play a little game.
You have got to be kidding me.
It's no joke, Yugi. My name is Arcana.
So.
Steve Arcana, and soon your dark magician will belong to me.
But you already got
As
one.
likely as Battlestar Galactica having a satisfying conclusion.
I have special orders from my mysterious
Look, I need to speak on that. I need to speak on that. I've not seen Battlestar Galactica, but even I am aware of how much the fan base hated, because there was a discussion, and I was very much part of it. There was a discussion going on. What had the worst ending to a TV show, right? Some people were saying Lost. Ooh, that's spicy. I know people either love or hate the ending to Lost. Some were saying Monk. People loved or hated the ending to Monk. And then you've got people that were saying Game of Thrones. And you had people that were saying Battlestar Galactica. I was like, oh, well. well. There was a Star Trek there. It was a spicy discussion. But that just tells me the infamy of how bad it is.
employer to make this a real spectacle, Yugi.
Dude, this show has maybe 2 villains. It hardly takes a genius to figure out you're working for Marek.
I had this duel arena specially designed for our match. Now, let's begin by shuffling our cards in a needlessly dramatic fashion.
Way ahead of you.
You know, there's an old saying amongst high rollers and card sharks. Always trust your opponents, but only after you've cut their deck.
Yeah, well, here's another saying.
Hey.
Go f yourself.
Those words once you realize that this duel is about more than cards. It's also about survival. Because in case you hadn't already guessed, this episode is a parody of the Saw franchise.
Didn't this already
Before?
happen in episode 10?
These are dark
Didn't this come out before Saw?
parody
Definitely.
of the Saw franchise.
Didn't this already happen in episode 10?
These are dark energy discs. Every time you lose life points, the disc will move closer to your body.
You're trying to slice off my legs and make me bleed to death? That's a little hardcore for a kid's
No,
show, isn't it?
it also needs to be a
Dark
shadow realm.
energy disc is totally harmless.
Nah.
All it will do is send your immortal soul to the shadow.
Oh, I was waiting for that. Oh yeah, the censorship. I love the censorship. What's that one called? Buster Dragon or Buster Knight or whatever with the 3 cannons. Well, we can't have guns in this show, so let's make them plasma cannons, because plasma cannons are completely okay. Like, just the censorship in this show. There's so much goodness in here, so much goodness that is being censored. I always thought the Shadow Realm was real until I got older, and I went on YouTube and saw, well, the Shadow Realm is not real. I was like, what? What do you mean the Shadow Realm is not real? Then what? The whole time, every time they mentioned the Shadow Realm, but nope, that did not exist.
Harmless. All it will do is send your immortal soul to the shadow realm. Your physical body will remain unharmed.
Of course.
Honestly, are there no depths to which 4 kids won't sink?
Don't worry, YGOTAS. My harem of female robots will locate Yugi in no time.
You have a harem, Seto?
Oh,
Yes, I created them specifically so that I could shun them with my cold indifference.
Big bro, you're kinda like the anime version of Scrooge McDuck. Only much less fluffy.
I
and
know.
worse.
Since you're such a fan of plot twists, you're going to love my next card. Behold, the first appearance of the Dark Magician,
Woohoo!
inspiring countless failed attempts at cosplaying the
Yeah.
world over.
Yeah. Oh, stop. What did that say?
Countless failed attempts at cosplaying the world over.
Somewhere, a Yu-Gi-Oh fan is touching himself. So my hands, alright? Nothing else. Jeez, get your mind out of the gutter.
How can you possibly hope to defeat a movie franchise that earns over $100 million every year?
I see. Then the only way to defeat you is to spoil every plot twist in existence, thereby ridding the general public of any desire to see your convoluted mess of a movie series.
Not seen so.
Wanna bet?
Don't.
Snape kills
Oh no.
Nicole Kidman is a ghost and Rosebud is the sled.
Snape kills Dumbledore? Everything's ruined.
There's a
Everything's
ghost,
ruined.
Rosebud is the sled.
No, he's spoiling all the best plot twists.
Hello, small child. I don't suppose you've seen the plot anywhere, have you?
Nope.
Leia and I have been looking everywhere for it.
We're such invaluable characters. How can we possibly move forward without us?
Don't worry, my big brother knows exactly where.
Shut up, Mokuba.
No, you shut up.
Oh my.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Did you just tell an old man
To shut up. Wow.
Where the hell are your manners?
Help!
He's
Somebody
becoming more
save
like
me
his
from
brother.
harmless dark energy discs that won't kill me. Special awesome rescue. I say, Yugi, can I be in this episode? Oh, I guess 4Kids forgot to censor him after all.
Done it again, little Yugi. Again.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
It is not by my hand that I am once again given flesh.
Holy water.
Brought back by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal
You know,
men's
I can't.
souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. But enough of this. I'm out of here.
Hey, get back here and take your henchmen with you.
Yugi, we found you.
Are we interrupting something?
Wait, what? That's...
Back here and take your henchmen with you.
Yugi.
He's not edited in. At least it doesn't look like it. How did he... I was gonna make a joke at the end of this video that at least while you two are looking for the plot, at least you're in the show unlike Tristan. But suddenly here he is. How?
Are we interrupting something?
This totally isn't what it looks like.
Yugi is so foolish thinking he can kick my ass. How can he possibly hope to compete with my army of celebrity Steves? Stone Cold Steve Austin, Steve Guttenberg, Steve Jobs, Steve Buscemi. With their combined Steve power, I shall be unstoppable.
Steve
Now
from
watch,
Minecraft.
girls, as I strip. Yeah, get a load of that back. You fucking love it, don't you?
In northeastern Africa, born and raised in the palace was where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing all the while and all.
there Yugi, yeah, of course.
Beside the Nile, when a couple of guys who were up to no good.
Alright.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do.
Alright. Alright.
Got my legs back now.
Poor Bakura. But that's just what Bakura gets. I know everyone hates him. I know the show hates him. I don't. I don't. They try to make me hate him, but no, he's a perfect character. But of course, at the end, it didn't say die, Yugi, die. It said die, Yugi, die. German for der, Yugi, der. I really much like this episode, but I also very much like the episode that this was based on. As I said, first of all, it was that one scene with Mokuba and Kaiba. It's always in my recommendations, and every time it's been in my recommendations, I click on it. It's just such a stupid scene that makes me realize, wait, what is going on here? like this guy just bullied someone, right? He just flat out like beat him up. Nobody calls the cops. No, nothing like that. Like nothing like that is happening. Instead, Seto Kaiba just rolls up like, yo, I'm the big boss. Here, take these cards just so I can destroy you with my card. Like, what kind of ego do you have to have, right? I'm called Only One Prince, right? This channel is Only One Prince. And even I don't have that ego. I need to step up my ego game. I need to step it up all the way to the top. Because clearly I'm not in I'm not in that range. And the Scrooge McDuck comparison, I don't think it's that great. Because honestly, the better comparison would be what would be the better comparison? I can't think of anything on the spot, but Kaiba is a lot worse, right? He's a lot worse. Scrooge McDuck is tame in comparison, absolutely tame, and I can't think of anyone that is as savage. Let's call it savage, right? Egotistical, egomaniacal. I can't think of anyone that's on that same level as Kaiba. But you know what? The quote-unquote plot that Taya and Muto, not Yugi Muto, no, Yugi Muto, what's his actual name? Grandpa, I forgot his name. But the plot that Taya and the grandfather of Yugi were looking for, that plot is moving. They may be looking for it, but we see it, and that plot is moving. Now, where did Tristan come from? I don't know. I was gonna make a joke, damn it. I should have made the joke first before I continued. But like when I saw Taya and the grandfather, I was like, oh well, you're looking for the plot, but at least you're in the story. In a similar fashion to Bakura, who's been trying to be in the story this whole time, but now keeps getting violated. keeps getting destroyed. But oh well, ladies and gentlemen, oh well. We got the Dark Magician Girl appear in the show. Get your mind out the gutter, please. Thank you. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fantastic episode. Saw. I should really watch the Saw trilogy. The thing is, right, I've seen so many parodies of the Saw trilogy. I've seen so many... not just parodies, but like also so many like cartoons and animations and whatnot about the Saw trilogy that I feel like I don't need to watch it because I already know exactly what it's all about. It's one of those weird shows where like it doesn't, it's not like a plot-driven show, and all the like surprises I already know. It's very much like in a weird way, it's very much like Final Destination for me. Or like I don't feel compelled to watch, any of the newer Final Destination because I've seen like all of them, all of the older ones. I think that when I say new ones, I think they made like new ones recently, but I've seen like all the older ones until like the one that linked it back all the way to the first one. But because it's such a it's not a movie that like I'll go out my way to watch. That I'll sit there for like 4 hours. The reason why I'm saying 4 hours is because I just watched the Snyder Cut. You know what? The Snyder Cut was completely different than I couldn't stand the theatrical version. Like, I was like done with DC, honestly. But like, I watched the Snyder Cut just because my friends were like, oh yeah, it's so much better. It's so much different. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. I've got nothing better to do. Let me just put it on and see what it's all about. And you know what? I actually loved it. I loved it. Justice League. Woo! I'm actually now go watch Wonder Woman. Aquaman. I was done with the DC world, right? Batman. Look, alright, we're getting sidetracked now, but Joker is my favorite character. Joker and Sherlock Holmes are my two favorite characters of all time, right? When I was growing up, I wanted to be like Sherlock Holmes. When I was in my teens, I was like, oh, the Joker, interesting. If I'm writing a story and I'm writing a trilogy actually, but like the kind of characters that I like to write are these. Best way to phrase it is insane. Best way to phrase it is these insane characters because they're just so entertaining, so exciting, right? And yeah, when I saw how they butchered Batman, I was like, okay, I'm done. Then I watched it, I'm like, yeah, great. Saw. It's a shame we never got to see him again. It's actually now that I think about it, it's actually a shame we never got to see him again, right? Like the magician, because he had an interesting deck. He had a Dark Magician deck as well. You don't really see that. This arc is actually kind of funny because you had the guy with the with Exodia. Now you've got the person with the Dark Magician. It's kind of like Yugi, kind of like growing beyond that in a weird way. Like, I think that's actually the intention because like the first big card that Yugi had was Exodia, and I like they made this the what you would consider the iconic card of his was the Dark Magician. And obviously he then graduates to the Egyptian God card. So I think it was actually done so on purpose that like he's graduating from those prior cards that he had to now something completely different, to now something completely much stronger. But it also introduced obviously the Dark Magician Girl to kind of introduce that like while the Dark Magician lineage, I guess you want to call it that, is being phased out, it's not being put on a back burner, but it's rather it's not being devolved. It is much more so is having a side grade evolution. That's kind of what happened. Like instead of just the focus being the Dark Magician and Kuriboh, we now have the Dark Magician line with the Dark Paladin. I think that's what it's called. The Dark Magician Girl. There's someone else that Ritual of that I forgot what the old magician, whatever, 2,800 attack points, I think that's what it is. We have like a whole line going on, so like they kind of just like gave it a side grade. You can't compete in terms of numbers with the Egyptian God cards, but you can have unique effects that will come in very handy and do a lot of great things. So I never thought about that like that, but now that I actually think about it, actually the battles actually make complete sense. It makes a lot of sense how Yugi had to face like his former decks in a weird way, you know, not completely obviously, but in that manner, right? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will be seeing all of you in the next one, everyone. As I said at the beginning, I'm gonna be trying to be caught up, or I'll try to get as far as I can, I should probably say, by the end of May. April. By the end of April, beginning of May, I'll hopefully be caught up, but I don't think I will be, but I'll try to get as far as possible, basically. So, I'll be seeing all of you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always, bye.